Hi, I'm Joshua. I'm with Isabel Okanese, and she's got quite the story. She's walking across Canada, and I just want to find out what her story is. Isabel, tell us what's going on and why all these people are gathered here and what you're doing.
Well, I'm doing a national walk called Miyo-wîcêhtowin walk, and that's Cree for Living in Harmony Together walk. And the walk is to bring us Aboriginal people together because there's so much infighting between Métis, non-status, and First Nations. And then even within everyone's nation, there's more fighting. So there's a lot of lateral violence happening between everybody's nations and then in between nations, and then also within just family members to organizations. So the past couple of years when I went to Idle No More, there was always, in my experience, there was always a Métis and a First Nations person fighting. And then the white people were confused. They're like, why are they fighting? And then there's these other white people trying to explain why the Métis and the First Nations were having this disagreement and fighting with each other. And they just saw us Native people. They just saw them both Métis and Native, you know, as
they all
Native.
see it as one.
Yeah, they all saw us as Indians, and why are these people fighting? And I just felt embarrassed. I was like, that's lateral violence, going to a protest, which is about bringing unity, and we're fighting amongst ourselves. And I was thinking about how for the past 10 years I've been wanting to do a walk on lateral violence to bring people together and also to create what you can call lateral love, that we actually treat each other like family, like the way the old ones used to do. And last year, an Anishinaabe man, he walked from Victoria to Ottawa on a different issue, and I was watching him proceed with his walk, and I was like, Creator, if he makes it to Ottawa early, I said to the Creator, I will do my walk next year. And he made it a day early. And I was like, oh, I think I have to keep my word. And so I thought I would do the walk this year in 2015 to create unity amongst all Aboriginal people regardless of blood quantum. It was back in 1990 was the first time I went to a sweat, and the elder there was Alfred Bonays, and he said, if you're 1% Indian, you're an Indian. And so I thought, oh, everybody is being taught this. And as time went on, I realized not all elders and not all people are being taught that if you have 1% Native blood in you, or one drop of Native blood, then you are a Native. And then I discovered so many people are actually fighting with each other, and I finally realized that my experience growing up was not unique, because I wasn't raised on the reserve. I'm non-status. I'm a descendant of Chief Okanese, and my family was disenfranchised a couple of generations ago, but we're still Native. Like, my parents spoke Cree, they looked Native, so they faced a lot of racism, but there was definitely a lot of lateral violence because we're not from the reserve, and growing up I was often ostracized by other Cree people because they told me I didn't act Cree, I didn't sound Cree, they told me I didn't look Cree, they told me...
Yeah, and what you're saying is really important because the process of colonization and assimilation was to get the Native out of the Native and assimilate them within the regular community. And what's happening is it's sort of backfiring. Like even our work with the Urban Aboriginal Task Force is that people who even have an 1/8 or a 16th of Native are starting to feel something within them that's wrong. And that's wrong is just trying to connect, something in them is wanting to connect with Mother Earth, is starting to connect with things that really matter, which means like friends and family and community. And I think that really gives joy in my heart of what you're trying to do, because it's about, we need to harmonize, we need to come together, we need to be able to support each other, and we really, you know, I know right now today we're in Hope, which you've made it this far, and we're quite excited. What website or Facebook, how do we connect with you if we're interested in helping support your work?
Well, you can go to Miyo-wîcêhtowin, and it's spelled MIYOWICHTOWIN.webs.com, or you can go to Miyo-wîcêhtowin community page or the event page. You can also call me on my cell. That's the best way to call me, get in touch with me, because when I leave Hope, I don't know how much Wi-Fi access I'll have.
Oh, you won't have a lot in some areas. Now, if people want to send e-transfers for donations to help you get across, is there an email address or somewhere where they can send those funds?
You can go to sodocree@gmail.com. It's spelled SODOCREE@gmail.com, and under Isabel Okanese. There's also a GoFundMe site, but you need a credit card to donate through the GoFundMe site.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. What else? Do you have a car and people with you on the way there, or is it just...
Unfortunately, all my planning fell apart, so the RV was lost. The Navajo man decided not to come a few days before leaving, and so I lost the driver and the RV. And so I do need an RV. There's tentatively, there might be somebody able to help me, but right now I would definitely need a driver. I need walkers. I need RV and more funds in order to continue. I'm Isabel Louise Okanese. I am OG Cree from the Turtle Clan. I am a non-status Native woman living in Victoria, BC. For the past 10 years, I've been thinking about doing a walk to shed light on lateral violence. And last year here in Victoria, a local Anishinaabe man decided to do his own healing walk on a different issue, and I felt inspired by him accomplishing his goal, and so I thought, well, this year I can do a healing and unity walk myself. I'm calling it Miyo-wîcêhtowin walk, and that's Cree for living in harmony. However, it means more than just living in harmony. It means I come to you with a good face, you come to me with a good face, and together we create something almost like good medicine. So we will help each other out and not only have impeccable speech and impeccable behavior, and we will also help our own local community, our nation, and our nation to help and get along with other nations. And that is the essence of what Miyo-wîcêhtowin Unity and Healing Walk is all about. I want to bring all Indigenous people around the world, as well as across Turtle Island, to come together as one family. A long time ago, our old ones used to teach that we were all one family, and that is being lost due to lateral violence that stems from colonization. And lateral violence can be bullying, belittling, name-calling, ostracizing due to blood quantum, as well as physical violence. And lateral violence is pervasive, and it's in all Aboriginal communities across Turtle Island, as well as all Indigenous people around the world who have been colonized. And so lateral violence is such a huge problem that it's hurting a lot of people in our communities. And so I want to shed light on this issue so that we can create unity as well as healing together. So myself and a Navajo elder will be leaving in late April, and we'll be walking across Canada to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we're planning on getting to Halifax in late October, and we're planning on walking along Highway 1. We invite people to join us along the walk. You can walk for 4 minutes or 4 hours. You can walk for 4 weeks with us, or 4 months, because 4 is a sacred number in our cultures. Or if you can't walk with us, then I ask that you can give a donation, or you can say prayers from April until October, that we can create unity together, as well as healing in all of our Indigenous communities.